and welcome to a bonus from Countryside Knitting. My name is Merete and I am going to help you and even help myself how I can knit from English patterns and how you can knit from Norwegian patterns. When we make these episodes in English, I always sit and look for words, and I thought I have to memorize them, I have to learn them. And I have even tried to inspire Norwegians to knit from English patterns. And now I thought I could use my notes to do it the opposite way. How you can knit from Norwegian patterns. So this episode may be looked upon from both sides. I'm going to go through a lot of basic vocabulary in Norwegian and English. There may be some differences between different versions of English, but I just use what I think is most common. I hope I don't do a lot of things that can be misunderstood. So I want to just show you a lot of words, what it means, and so this is a kind of teaching how to knit from Norwegian patterns. I just have to say in the beginning that Norwegian patterns used to kind of think that you know a lot of knitting, so that is what they assume. So when you knit from Norwegian patterns, there may not be so many explanations. It may say just increase and not necessarily tell you how to increase. A lot of English patterns are the opposite. It's almost like a novel, only to knit a sock, which makes me frustrated sometimes, but just so that you know. So if you, for instance, would like to knit from Kofteboken or any other Norwegian pattern, you may find that if you look up the words and you understand the words, there may be something there that you don't understand. But we have YouTube, we have a lot of videos everywhere you can look up in addition. But now I'll just, this will be a very short video, and I'm sorry, it's November, it's a little bit of daylight. I needed to have my window beside me and I had to use this blanket to not make my face look like a ghost, but I needed some space for the words. So now I will tell you the words. I will also make photos and put them at the end if you need to just study them. And if there are expressions that may be used in different ways, I just say I'll do my best. I hope that this is the right one. This is my first basic. The Norwegian is left and the English is right, as you may see. En rett, en vrang. That's the abbreviation in Norwegian. Means knit one, purl one. Or you could say to rett, to vrang, knit two, purl two. Then we have en rille, that is a garter stitch, and that actually means 2 rows of knitting, just knitting. That makes 1 rille. Pinne, that is 1 row, or you could say 1 round. Maske, that means stitch. Legg opp, that is cast on. Felle, eller fell av, that is to cast off or bind off. Garn, that's the Norwegian word for yarn. Mønster, that is pattern. So very basic words. Maybe you'll need to pause the video or you can look at my photo at the end. Some more words in my handwriting. The problem is I have to have a look myself. Strømpepinner, that is double-pointed needles. Fell, that is decrease. Øk, that is increase. Markør, that is marker. Or maskemarkør, stitch marker. Flette, that is a braid or a cable. Forreste del av maske, that is front loop of a stitch. Bakre del, that means the back loop of a stitch. That's important to know when you increase. Glattstrikk, that is stockinette stitch. Halsringning, that is neckline. I know I could have organized these words a little bit more. I just wrote them as I thought I would need them. So I'm sorry for the order if you find it rather messy. This is not only about knitting, it may be crochet also. Hekle, that means crochet. Heklenål, that's a crochet hook. Hespe, that's a skein. Blonde, that is lace. Hullmønster, eyelet pattern. Hver andre, that would be every other or every second. Kast på pinnen, that is yarn over. We're in useful expressions. That's a kast. Nøste, that is ball of yarn. Størrelse, that is size. And we use the same sizes like small, medium, large, and so on. And somebody actually used numbers. That's a very good thing, I think. Or how many years, if it's children's wear. This is another one. This is the word I always forget. Vrangbord, that is what I'm thinking about, and that is cuff. I never ever remember that word. Arm, that's a sleeve. Armhull, that's armhole. Bol, that is body. Bærestykke, that's the yoke. Nederkant, the hem, that's also a word I many times have to look for. Og kant til knapphull, that is button band. And my button band today is without buttons, because this has been repaired and not completed. I had thought about making more words, but I didn't. Ull, that is wool. Bomull, that is cotton. And then we have merino, that's the same word, and silk, silke, that's the same word. I could maybe have written lin, that is linen, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't do that, I just thought of it now. Some other useful words are, if you are going to almost like finish the project and you need to do the last things like sewing in the sleeves, or that would mean å sette sammen, that's to join. Or you can also use the Norwegian word montering, that is on another sheet of paper. Strikke rundt, that means knit in the round. That is what we always do when we knit cardigans and so on, and then we steek. Lengde, that is length. Måle, measure, or you can say mål, that is measurement. Perlestrikk, moss stitch. Jakke, or a kofte, that is cardigan or a jacket. Genser, that's a pullover. Lue, that is hat. Now comes my father-in-law with a tractor, I think. So sorry for the sound. Vott, that is mitten. Skjørt, that is skirt. Sjal, that is shawl. And the stitch marker, I already did that one. And the Norwegian word montering means finishing up, how to put things together. And the last word I have here is tilbehør, that means notions. What you need in addition, or what kind of needles and what kind of other things you need. This was maybe a little bit too quick, but you can watch this video in slow motion. Oh, another tractor. It's so typical. It's the same tractor actually, just going around the house. Well, I hope that you are able to knit from Norwegian patterns, because if you are a little bit experienced, you can read the charts. Norwegian word for chart would be diagram, but I guess you would understand that also. You just have to look for the numbers and the gauge and so on. Did I say gauge? Yes, I think I did. So I think it's possible to knit from Norwegian books I think. You may need some help, you may look up some videos on YouTube and so on, but I think you should try. If you haven't knit very much, you should maybe practice an English pattern, or what is very good is to actually knit something that is written both in Norwegian and in English. And I can recommend the mittens that Skandir has, her Selbu Mitten Club, that is available in both languages. So then you can try to read Norwegian, and then you can look up the English, or the opposite way if you are Norwegian. So, and you have to practice. If you practice, you will be better. And a lot of Norwegian books are not translated because it's expensive, and so on. So a lot of things is only written in Norwegian, and we have a lot of knitting books, maybe too many, somebody would say. But I wish you luck. If you have problems, I don't know if I can help you. I cannot help everybody, but you can look up. There are some places in Ravelry, for instance, that you can use to get some help. I will try to find some links and put them in the text below. So that was all from me today. This is only a bonus, and I wish you luck and happy knitting. And until next time, have a good time.